Hi everyone, welcome to Rising Faith Forever. This is a tarot reading for, get up my little horoscope flip book. Reading for Sagittarius. How are Sagittarius doing? Your birthstone happens to be topaz. Ooh, and it's like a lovely, nice goldy yellowy color. It's nice. My Sagittariuses, I hope you guys are doing nice and well. I hope get you guys a good reading. Okay, so this is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Dealing with Sagittarius, not dealing with a Sagittarius. Also for you cross watchers. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. So this is a reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sagittarius, past, present, and future. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Past, present, and future. Sun, Moon, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Past, present, and future. Sagittarius is past. Whoa. Sagittarius, you got a big past. Past, present, and future. Past, present, and future. I'm just kidding. We all have our past. Past, present, future. For Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Oh. Okay. Okay, Sun, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Woo! Alright, Sagittarius. Oh, these cards are just popping out. Hard to see the message on the read. Okay. Past, present, future. Past, present, future for Sagittarius. Past, present, and future for Sagittarius. Past, whoa. A lot of stuff happened in your past. No, I'm just kidding. All these cards keep popping out. Oh. Okay, this one popped out twice in different orders, so I think that card is meant to finish it off. I don't know why. I just get that. My spidey senses tingling. Alrighty, then. So, what do we got for you, Sagittarius? So, first off, we've got 10 of Pentacles. 10 represents completion. Ooh, congratulations, Sagittarius. What did you complete in the past? I mean, different Sagittariuses may be feeling different, male, female. They may be feeling differently about their past. It could be a complete amazing thing, or it could be a complete and utter failure. I mean, it depends on the attitude of the Sagittarius. Like, some of you could have really, like, you could be seeing it. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not trying to force the way you see it, but I'm saying that depending on your mindset currently, you've completed something. You've completed either your knowing, because see the tarot reader there, she has a knowing that it will succeed, that is succeeding, and how, you know, she just has that vision. So, in the past, did your past live up to this completion of an idea? Are you, it looks to me like starting a family, but I'm going to read it. Looks to me like you completed something. You completed a family, you got married, you did something. I don't know. 10 of Pentacles is completion, so you've completed a chapter in your life, a very necessary destiny intertwined thing. Like, this is karmic. Like, you were regardless of how you're seeing it, good or bad. Do not be afraid of it. Yeah, and they lived happily ever after. So in your past, stable and abundant life, remembering all the promises inherent in the Ace of Pentacles. Here they are, fully grown. This image is a simple scene of domestic bliss, the economic comfort. There is more represented here, though a connection to spirit and to the cycles of life that add richness and texture to their lives. The opulent home under whose arch they are gathered speaks of an old family home, and consequently of roots and traditions that give our lives strong foundations and a sense of security that goes beyond a savings account. The dogs are loyal and devotion. In the Nine of Pentacles, we mentioned how it is not always easy to count on the dedication of another to one's dream. The dog represents that, insofar as it is humanly possible. The people here are devoted to one another and the life they have created. The child, of course, hints at the future of living with an eye to long-term happiness, not just idolizing momentary desires. The gypsy fortune teller in the foreground flips the final card, the 10 of Diamonds, the poker deck's equivalent to the 10 of Pentacles. All the potential that was given to these people in the Ace of Pentacles has been fully realized. This moment is perfect and beautiful, and if it were a movie, we'd all be crying. Aww. The shadowy secret of this card is that tens are endings. The promise of abundance is accumulated here. Once it has been played, another card must be dealt. For life is a cycle, and nothing remains the same. When you get this card, you know what it means. But what is the advice? Enjoy, be grateful, take photos, journal about your life right now. Store this time in your heart. You'll be able to find strength and comfort from it during less blissful times. Okay, so Sagittarius, you've had a good time in the past, or a secure time. I mean, Sagittarius is a bit fire sign, passionate, which can turn to impatient when things aren't going their way. I don't know how you are currently, Sagittarius, but in the past, you completed something good. is stable and abundant feeling. So now, so draw strength from your past. Draw strength from whatever it is that you did. That feeling, treasure this past moment. Treasure it. Something important about your past has to do with this situation here. Your present situation is the King of Wands. And Wands represents actions. And Kings represent a person. So I'm just going to see now. Maybe the King is who you're dealing with, Sagittarius. Or someone that seems to you like a king to you, or feels very kingly to you. You could be younger, dating someone a little bit older than you, and that's why they seem like a king, even though they might not be very old in their fields. But this person to you will feel like a king if you're younger, and if you're older than, and married, then yes, this could be the person you married, or the King of Cups. Or no, sorry, the King of Wands, sorry. The King of Wands. If only we'd stop trying to be happy, we could have a pretty good time. Okay, Sagittarius. Were you running away in the past with this perfect idealized marriage and life? Were you trying to get it all lined up, made it look perfect? I know you, Sagittarius, you've got this inspiration and positivity. So you spurred it along and created it, completed it. And now that it's complete, what is left to complete? Are you feeling idle now? Is that, that next passion of what do I have to complete now? Is that burning in you? Well, right now, the person that you've accumulated all that completion and success with, the person that's in your life right now, or this energy, male or female, depending on if you're a male or female, or if, gender roles, all that stuff, whichever way you want to look at it. Knights, so the King of Wands, if only we'd stop, this is his energy, if only we'd stop trying to be happy, we could have a pretty good time. Core meaning, someone who is driven by will, inspiration, and passion. Want to go around the world in a hot air balloon? Put on a worldwide conference? Jump on the next aeroship to go to Egypt? If so, the King of Wands is your man. Action is his motto. He'd rather try something and fail than fuss over details and plans. Life is meant to be lived, and to him, that means doing. He is likely off on a grand adventure halfway around the world, at a fabulous party, or starting a company that builds fantastic dirigibles. While he may not have the liquid asset necessary at his immediate disposal, he does have power and authority. The sheer strength of his will and passion allows him to set any plan he desires into motion. He can make miracles happen when others see no possible way. He doesn't remain still for long, and you rarely see him sitting down. Although his passion runs deep, his attention span does not. If you are fortunate enough to engage in conversation, keep it lively and focused on possibilities, or he will soon lose interest. If you look down to consult a budget or gaze out the window, ruminating over your feelings, the next time you look at him, he will be gone. If the King of Wands is accompanied by the Magician, stand back because incredible things will occur, sometimes seemingly out of nowhere. Add an ace or two of the and the Tower, expect fireworks. So none of those are present, but you have the High Priestess, which to me it's almost like a bit of a magician card. But okay, so Okay, so Saggy, this is either your energy in the situation, like you want to set out on something new, or it is the person you're dealing with that wants you to, maybe they're thinking, okay, I've completed what you want, now can we stop trying so hard and just enjoy it? Maybe that's the energy they're bringing to you, and they're just telling you to relax and enjoy it. Or maybe this is your inability to relax or something. Like, there's something to that nature, Sagittarius. I'm not sure. Different people apply it different ways, but it's either you or someone you're dealing with right now. And we could only, if we stop trying to be happy, we could have a pretty good time. So stop trying to be perfect or make it look perfect to other people. It doesn't matter how other people see it. See, this could be like someone on social media viewing a picture on social media of your perfect life. It doesn't matter if it looks perfect. I mean, yes, we all want to look good and post things, and yes, I mean, we're all, that's a thing, and we all have that right. But don't do it solely to look good. Feel good about your life as well. It's not always aesthetical, When you are happy, people will be happy for you. I would hate for you to try to just be only superficial and try to make your life look perfect. Because nothing is perfect. That's perfectionism. And some people are action-oriented. And even relaxing and choosing to sit and be still is an action. In some cases, depending on the action they want you to take, I'm guessing. Different Sagittarius will be in different situation, but usually you run around. And see how he's got that stick pointed down? See, it's almost like take a seat and let me show you around. So maybe they play your way, but now that things are settling in, maybe they I'm saying that they're controlling, but I'm saying that they probably deserve a timeout, or not a timeout, they want you to be attentive to them, on the actions they want to take for a while. Does that make sense, Sagittarius? I'm not saying that you can't, it's a give and take. A marriage or a relationship's a give and take, a meeting, a holding, And, maybe this person could hint to some marriage counseling. I'm just joking. But for some of you Sagittarius, that might resonate. I don't want to make it seem like help is a bad thing or a good thing. We all need help. But if you don't feel like it's applicable, then that's perfectly okay as well. So I'm going to read your future card now. And then I can see how I can work the situation in for you better, give you more. Seems like it's hard for me to know sometimes without a specific, like a person to tell me specifically what they're going through, so I can help them see it better. But going to find this card now. The High Priestess, she's coming. She's completely batty, I tell you. Didn't say a word the whole time. Just sat there smiling at me. Something that can only be understood through experience. She's completely batty, I tell you. Didn't say a word the whole time. Just sat there smiling at me. Something that can only be understood through experience. Seated before a rich curtain and between curious black and white pillars, she beckons you to her table. Smiling mischievously, you sit. The gears on the pillars quietly begin turning. You are almost hypnotized by the twin infinity symbols formed by the wheels and belts. Before you even ask a question, cards are already face down the table. The ball comes to life, mist swirling and lights twinkling within the solid orb as she runs her gloved hand gently over its surface. The curtain ripples, the scent of something, pomegranate, floats on the almost imperceptible breeze. The cards are turned over one by one, covered with strange images and and ancient symbols. They intrigue you, shapes from within the crystal ball, changing, waxing, and waning, conveying truths that resonate in your heart, but refuse to be organized into words. You look at her, silently requesting information and clarification. In response, she points at a card, raising an eyebrow, one side of her mouth lifting in a knowing and slightly mocking smile. People usually come to tarot readings to have the veil lifted and the truth revealed. The High Priestess symbolizes truth and wisdom and understanding. The maddening thing about her, though, is that she represents the kind of knowing that cannot be told and refuses to be confined to the restrictions of order and language. The logical left brain does not comprehend her intuitive wisdom, nor can express it. High Priestess truths reside in her heart and soul and can only be learned via direct experiences. It is the wisdom gained through the initiatory experience. It cannot be explained or studied. It is simply known. When the High Priestess beckons you, do not give way to frustration. Curb your left brain that demands understanding, enlightenment, and above all, answers. She is here to let you know that overt answers are not in your best interest at this time in this situation. You have wisdom to gain and truths to embrace. You will only be able to do so by going through this experience without knowledge of what is to come. Sometimes you have to fly blind. Have faith that the universe has your back. Do your best and pay attention. Okay, Sagittarius. When this reading is over, make sure you go back and re-listen to this card. This card is really important. I think it's hinting at something that you guys do. Like, Sagittarius is all about, like, passion. Almost like her, you know, you're like a horse, like, in some ways, like, you know how horses, like, when they go, like, they almost have a big smile? Well, you know, you smile, like, you shine when you have that positivity and you're galloping around, and that's the thing, Sagittarius, you have to experience it for you to know what your next passion is, and things like that. So, the advice here, I mean, there's not much I can say. Are you going to sit down with the King of Wands? Or maybe you should try seeing it from his perspective. Maybe he's trying to show you his world. Maybe he has completed the work in understanding you. And maybe he's paid all that attention to you. And maybe it's time for you to pay a bit of attention to this King of Wands. I'm not saying give in to his will or nothing. I mean, it's your own will, whatever you want to do. But I'm saying that, you know, he's requesting your seat. And see, it looks like a theater. All the places he's been, all the connections, you know, like, you know, he's taken a lot of adventures, or he has, you know, what he likes, he would like for you to see. He wants to share his world with you, and that's a beautiful thing. And perhaps, are you willing to share with this King of Wands? Because he's all about action. Like, the actions he are taking right now, I mean, I'm not saying they can't change. What I'm saying is a clear indication of who he is. So, he is, and Wands people are they act on will and inspiration. So the more passionate you are, the more happy you are, the more involved you are, the more you have belief in their ability to be interested and it's an enjoyable thing, the more that they'll be interested, you know. But Wands are action-oriented. If you are assuming, because let's be honest, sometimes Sagittarius can assume things. They can run off with their own ideas without all the facts sometimes, whereas some other people can be more sure before they speak. So, like, if you've been nibbling away at their hay all this time, you know what I mean, and then now all of a sudden they got something to say, now you're not willing to hear it, they could just be like, all right, and bye, you know. So, I don't know. I don't know the different situations for you Sagittarius out there, male, female. But you have had the perfect completed idea. What's next? I think this is what this card is indicating for you. It's like, what's next? Do you sit down and watch some home movies about what you just did? Is it that time? Is it time to pause? Or is it time to sit down and plan the next trip? Or the next vacation, or the next idea, or business venture, or something that you are going to do together. And this King of Wands, he's a good fellow. He's a good fellow to adventures with. So if you're an active Sagittarius who wants to go out, this is the man or the woman to go out with into the world and venture with. And they're going to make affirmative action towards your passions. Now, if this 10 is talking to the fact that they've already completed your passions, maybe now it's time to sit back and relax and just enjoy. And you know, maybe you don't like to slow down, but that's just a quick pause, just a quick sit down. He's not telling you to sit, like sit boy, forever. No, he's telling you to sit, you know, to enjoy for a sec, to relax. And there will be another moment for you guys to have another vacation or another shared completed thing. And this hints that you are going to experience things together. You're going to have many adventures. So, and I see, like, this is a forecast of destiny. I see your marriage or your relationship with this king to be favorable experience for your growth and development. I do not think you could, not saying that you couldn't do it without the king, but I feel like, see, this card says a completion. So, you couldn't have done it without this king, I believe, in this situation. Or you feel like he is the completion to some of you, like, you know, marrying him, you know? Or, I don't know. You know, you all apply it differently, but, or maybe it took you so long to get with him, maybe you're newly dating, and now you're wondering if it'll be more serious because you've connected on this. Maybe he left a completed thing, and you got him, and now you're wondering if, or he's willing to leave a situation for you. I wonder if some of you Saggies are looking to see if someone might leave a family for you. But, I mean, whatever happens, happens. My opinion on it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm not going to put too much energy into that one. I'll let you guys fill in the blanks. But typically, you want these things to happen naturally. Do not try to, like, coerce them. Yeah. But anyhow, I don't know. It's not for me to say. But I'm saying that something completed, action is required. This king is insisting on an action. That's all I know. Something was completed. It was perfect. They lived happily ever after. Now he's requiring an action, or there is some sort of action that you are wanting to take or not taking with him. Like, there's something action. There's either, and not a response is a response. Not an action is still an action in some ways, you know? So, I don't know. Because, I don't know. But no matter what, Sagittarius, let me just see if I can look at this another way. Okay, let me have a look, see. So, what's this around her neck? See, and notice how she's like telling a fortune. And notice how none of the cards are facing up. So in the future is literally up to you guys. You won't know you won't know what each card is until it flips over, until you experience it. And you learn best by doing, Sagittarius. You're really, depending on what you guys could have in your moon. But ordinarily, you're usually pretty optimistic. You know, and if this king got you down, if he's not willing to respect you and give you what you need, then you have the right to gallop into another experience and to try a new experience. But I would advise you to, this card is hinting at a happiness, happily ever after, completed, something, you know? I mean, maybe it was a completed, you know? That's what I'm saying. There's so many ways you guys can apply this, but could be completed a relationship, and now maybe it was like some of you Sagittariuses probably broke out of an old marriage, and it was just such a positive experience. It was like a marriage to yourself. Like, some of you didn't have a relationship with yourself maybe in a long time. So it could have been like a marriage to yourself. I'm free. And then issues with the king coming back into control or take away your power. Could be in that situation for some of you Sagittariuses. But power is illusionary. You give them the power to take it away from you at a certain point. He is requesting you to sit, but it's up to you to sit or not to sit. Is sitting bad? No. Is sitting good? Yes and no. I mean, like, it depends. If you're sitting all the time, you'll get cramped legs. No one should expect that you sit all the time. But if you're constantly moving, Sagittarius, be honest with yourself, then them requesting you to sit now and then is not an insult. It is them looking out for you, or simply requesting some of your time. And if you haven't given them much time, then they might not, you know, with the wand, they might be kind of like beating that stick down the cushion, like sit, you know, trying to get your attention. I mean, not the best ways now, but I'm saying, like, they want you, Sagittarius, as uncomfortable as any, you know, he might be dropping the curtain on you, but it's because he wants you to shine for him in his theater. For him, at least in this moment, you know, and then you can get back to, I'm not saying him or her. This masculine, feminine energy don't matter. It doesn't matter, male, female, gender swapping roles, whatever way. This person is requesting an action. Will you go with them? Will you stay with them? Will you do something for them? Will you not do something for them? You have the power to feed this connection or not. And if you've made a completed connection, if you have a complete connection with this person, and if you have co-created a happy life together. And this is just like, you know, the dawn, the dropping of the curtain, the closing of one chapter, and you think, oh, how will it ever get better than that? Or is this it? Or maybe you reach a stagnant, in this, the cards represent, you know, the stuffy time of the jazz period of being too stuffy. So if it's feeling too stuffy for you, this card does not speak to have a sit forever. This card says have a sit, and if you sit, you'll get to go for a walk soon. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I'm relating this to like a dog. But if you have a sit, girl, and you be a good girl, you'll get to go for a walk later. So, I don't know. I feel like if you indulge this king in his fantasy or action, perhaps, only if it's mutual. Like, I mean, but if you feel like you're able to meet this person halfway, or give to this person, or give your energy, or take an action with this person, I believe that they have been good enough to you, and that they believe in you enough to be supportive of your next venture, or your next course of action, and you will experience these things together. And you have a more complete and balanced idea of, and I think, like, you guys have completed something that you'll always, like, complete, a pause to think what you're going to do next. You know, just quiet down, let it recharge. Don't be flipping your ideas at them. Maybe they will do what you want when the time comes to do it. But if the time to do it is not right now, if you're one of those Sagittarius that's just like talk, maybe they're saying relax right now, enjoy with me, you know, enjoy, you know, and then when he's had some time to recharge, maybe then he can start to process and be more open to your new ideas of experiences to have together. And perhaps that's what you need to do. Perhaps what you need to do is sit and smile sweetly. Oh my gosh, you know, I'm not trying to be a feminist or not a feminist or whatever. I'm not trying to say yield only if you want to yield, but I'm saying, like, if you do have a sit, see, the chair is the center of attention. So I feel like whoever sits in this chair will get the king's undivided attention. So he could sit in his throne, but he's a little bit like, you know, he's like, I'll let my lady sit in my throne. Or I'll let my man sit in the throne. Or I'll let my girlfriends, you know, if you're a girl with a girl, I'll let my girlfriend sit in the chair. Or I'll let, if you're a guy with another guy, I'll let my boyfriend sit in the chair. Or, you know, or if you're a husband, like, or if you're partnered, you probably take turns with this energy, taking care of each other, giving each other new actions. Maybe it's time for you to have a sit down and follow his lead on the next action. Or maybe, I don't know, different Sagittariuses will see it differently. But whatever you do, fortune is smiling on you. No matter what, you are going to get through this, Sagittarius. You're going to grow. You're going to experience lots of new things. So if you're going through a bit of a stagnant, what's next? Trust me. It's just that moment of where you hold your breath before the wheels start turning again. It's just just stop and take a breath, Sagittarius. Just relax and breathe. That is my advice to you, Sagittarius. Relax and breathe and let your future unfold as it is meant to. And also to play your own active role in co-creating these experiences. If you're always steady go, I don't think, I mean, they might not be saying it the right way all the time, but I don't think it's unreasonable for them to think you need to have a seat for a little bit. I mean, not to keep you tied down to the chair. Like, don't let no one tie you to the chair. But, you know, a little break from time to time, you know. friendly, not so friendly nudges towards that. I mean, it depends. It could have you feel in lots of ways, Sagittarius. Maybe they could have said something to you and it got you like thinking, oh, is this marriage? Is this complete now? Is this another failure? And now you're coming to this video now because you're like, oh, what's new for me? Well, what it's saying is what's new for you is whatever you want, Sagittarius. Literally, make wishes, ask questions, experience, but they're not going to give you the answers until you experience it. You learn by doing, Sagittarius, and you have a partner, someone, whether it be business, romantic, non-romantic, friendship. You have somebody to engage you, and yes, you have somebody. A king, no doubt. A dashing king. You have something to learn from this king, perhaps. Whether it be good or bad, you have something to learn from this king. And that's all I'm going to say about that. You have a beautiful life, Sagittarius. You fill it with richness and passions of all sorts of your own making. And you like to bring it with you into the physical world. And this person is a physical person, likes to make things happen physically. If you're going through a little bit of a stagnant period, have a sit down and talk to them and figure out what it is you want to co-create next, what you might like to do next. But take that quiet time before you begin to plan. I would suggest really know what it is you want to do next. Careful consideration. Make sure your passions are worth it, because no matter what happens, good or bad, we always want to go into these experiences because we're passionate about it. Because then no matter if it's pain is a teacher also. No matter if it's good or bad, we know we chose it, and we can live with it because it was worth it. It was worth the experience of growth. And all right, lots of love for you, my Sagittariuses, Mama. And I will see you next time. And thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you.